Hello guys, in this video we are going to check out the Coursify theme, and we're going to be looking at how to simply create a course in using this video. In this video, I mean, creating courses using the Coursify theme. It simply uses a learning management system plugin, which is LMS. In this case, we are using Tutor LMS. In this process, we are going to check out sample course. Let me just show you an example. So for instance, these are learning C for game development. It's specifically a course using this theme. And you can see other courses as shown here. Sorry about that. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, you can see another course here. So basically what you're required is make sure that you've installed all the required plugins. As you can see here, you're supposed to install required plugins. And in this case, when you're talking about required plugins, I mean the Tutor LMS, the WooCommerce, and the WP Job Manager. Make sure all these are installed on your site. So the first step when creating a course is you go to this section here known as listings. As you can see, it has a couple of listings where the courses have been created. I'll just demonstrate with one example here, which is the Learning C++ Game Development course. You first insert your title here. That's the first step. Give it a description here, and also make sure that your listing data or your course data is given here, and also the location we can add as London pair, the company website, the email, the company avatar video, and if you want to make it a featured listing, make sure this option is enabled. If you want to have it as claimed, this course is claimed and it belongs to you, make sure that this is enabled. When it will expire, and the company form or the course form, or how other people can contact you, that is. On the other section, we have where you can choose the listing categories or the course categories. You can see that this is a development course or a business course or a design course. If this is not, if your category is not, there's no category added here, you can simply come here and add design, for instance, design course, and make sure it's a parent category. Make sure you add it there, and once you've added, you can see it's already there. You can check it there. You can also opt to make it as primary. After that, make sure that you've added your featured image here of the course, and if you opt to have more images of the course, you can add them in the gallery section there. Once you've done, make sure that you click on publish here. For instance, if we have a new course here and label it HTML course, yeah, and give us a sample description, and make sure that we've given it a location. You don't have to, because it's simply a course and it's an online access. It requires access by online. So you can also opt to insert these details, which are optional, and then come here and select your course. Here it's a design course. Ensure that you add your image here as well. You can add any image depending on your preference. Once that is done, you can also include your other images in the gallery section here. Once that is done, click on publish. Now, once you click on publish, there is the course builder now. This is where the Tutor LMS comes in. After publishing the listings, please click here to add further course details. Now, in this, let's simply just use the Learning C game development course. So once you've published your course in the listing section, simply click here, and this will redirect you to the Tutor LMS section under courses. In this section, you will retain your title, your description. It's simply what you had before, but in this case, you have the course settings here, where you can opt to select the maximum number of students that can enroll in this course. Maybe you say 5, and the difficulty level, you can choose a beginner, intermediate, or expert, and depending on the difficulty of the course. Is this a public or a private course, or do you want to make this course public? Please note, if it's public, there's no enrollment required. Any user can access it, but for now, let's keep it as a private. Is there a Q&A section for this course? You can enable this if you want to add a Q&A. So let's make now this course as a product. You either can sell it, or you either can give it as free. If you want to give it as free, please select there. And if you want to give it as paid, please select the paid option. Please make sure that this is the course that is selected. If you know that your course is C game development, make sure that it's selected here in this section, so that you can make sure that you can ensure that yes, your course is being sold. The other option is the lessons, and the lessons that are involved in the course. There's the input stream variable, there's the introduction, and there's the scope, and these are also distributed in their own categories. So there's the lesson 1 in this input and output streams. There's lesson 2, there's lesson 3, there's lesson 4, and then there's a quiz. So there's option to add a lesson. If you want to continue, you can simply add another lesson here and give it a title. Let's say lesson 5, and make sure you give it the lesson content. Maybe you have video, maybe you have content, maybe a description about it. Make sure you add it here, and make sure you upload a featured image for the lesson. So no video source element for these settings. Please make sure. You can also upload attachment in this section and add it there. Let me give you an upstream of or an example of how this looks here using the lesson 4 as shown there. So the same thing with the second section of the course is the introduction. You can add a lesson and a quiz for it, and same case applies to the third section here of lesson 1 of scope and identifiers, keywords, and functions. You can add lessons, and at the end of it, make sure that you add a quiz. So in this case, let's just preview the quiz. Here is the quiz title and the summary, and you can go to the next step where you can now add your questions here as much as you can. Question 17 here, you give your title, your question and a title. Whether it's a true or false question, open-ended, a blank, a short answer, an image answering question, an image matching, or a matching on ordering quiz question, or a single choice or multi-choice question. These all can all be selected here. If you can make sure that you check the answer required option if you want the question to be answered as a required option, and you can randomize it as well. Give it a description, and also make sure that the question type that you've selected here, it will be displayed in this section here, and you can simply add to questions as you wish. So you can see here. So save, and the settings for the answer section, you can see them here as displayed. So in this option, you can set the time limit. If you want that question to be answered within 5 minutes or 5 seconds, you can add your option there. You can also make sure that you hide it. You can also make sure that you hide it here in case you do not want this time limit to be displayed on the question section. Quiz feedback mode, and here you can select the if you want the answers to be shown after the quiz is finished, and you maybe want to the user to retry the question or reveal the mode or show the results of the question after they have attempted. Now, the number of times that the user can attempt it, you can also set it here, and yeah, set the passing grade. If you want the passing grade to be maybe 70%, you can set it 90%, depending on how you want the grade to be. The maximum questions allowed to answer, you can also set them here. If you maybe have set 10 questions and you want the maximum to be 8, make sure that you have set them there. Then here is also the advanced settings here, where you can either opt to the quiz to start automatically, if the questions should be shown randomly, hide the question number as well. These settings can be easily adjusted there. Once you've done that, you can save and it will appear there. So that's all about the questions. And once you've created your course settings there, you simply can come here and follow up with the additional data. What will we learn? Will I learn? This is the information that is provided before the customer takes the course. The target audience, specify the target audience that will benefit most from the course. Then you have the total course duration. You can set an estimate of how long this course will take to learn, the materials that are required in order to learn this course, and also the requirements or other the instructions. You can add your instructions for the students. And also, if you want to include a video, you can also opt to add it here. Once that is done, you can give this category a course category. That is, this we had already done in the listing section here. So it simply carries on in this course builder section. So there's no need to set another category here or another tag here or another featured image. That's automatic. That is automatically carried on. So once you've done that, you can simply update your changes or publish your changes. In this case, it's to update because it had already been created, and you can view the course on the front end. So in this case, I think you need to view the listings. Let me just check 1 minute. So as you can see, this was the course that we created earlier here, but we did not set up the LMS for it. I'm not sure if this is published yet, but you can check it. So ideally, this is how it should look like on the front end once you've created it. You can opt to write a review about it, but this is a listing. Please note about that. Yeah, and that's simply it. Just trying to access how I can and view it on the front end. So that's it basically when it comes to creating courses with the Coursify theme.